Hello, thanks for looking in on my video. Is antisocial behaviour committed by young people on the increase in your area? Seems to be where I live, and it's a bit sad really, and a bit worrying. And I do write in with your comments and let me know if this sort of thing's happening in your area. But where I live in a nice town, nice middle class town, no real problems, no big real crime wave or anything like that. But life seems to be becoming little bit more difficult, really. So near me, there's a supermarket and a school, secondary school. And when you go to the supermarket at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the whole car park of the supermarket is clogged with these parents picking up their children, and you can't move. Complete gridlock, and these parents are like clogging up the whole car park. A lot of them are these great big SUVs that find it difficult to manoeuvre in small car parks and find it difficult to park up anyway. So for about the next half an hour, around about 3:30, is chaos. So anyway, I get out of my car and I got a bit of litter, and I saw the guy collecting the trolleys for the supermarket, and I said, "Oh, what's happened to your rubbish bin? Why have you taken it away? I've got this rubbish." He said, "Oh, I'll take that for you. Sorry about that. We had to remove the litter bin because the children from the local school kept setting it on fire, setting the litter in the bin on fire nearly every day. So management decided, we'll get rid of the litter bin." Anyway, you proceed up to the shop, and now I'm getting a little bit older. I'm going to be 70 soon. I need to go and have a little wee a bit more often. Anyway, manoeuvre towards the toilets, and they're closed. And they put barricade toilets shut. And I said, why are you doing that? And they said, don't let anybody see, but you can go in. I said, why have you shut the loo? Oh, because the local children from the kids' school, secondary school, been going in and trashing the place. I said, oh dear. So management decided what we got to do is shut the toilets for 3 o'clock when the children come out of school, of this secondary school. And this secondary school is supposed to have a good reputation, and I've heard the head teacher saying how well they're doing and how well behaved their children are. Well, bloody hell. It's not just the one occasion. I went in there and all the door locks have been bashed off. And another day, the whole place has been trashed, toilet paper everywhere, brown stuff, just terrible behaviour. And I noticed all these children congregating at the entrance to the shop. And I said, well, why are you doing that? Oh, we have to stop them going in. We only allow so many in at a time because they're running around the shop in big numbers, shoplifting. And I said, oh dear. Anyway, is this sort of thing happening in your area? My impression is, I don't want to knock young people, but I find a lot of young people today really charming and caring and considerate, and this seems quite out of character. There are all sorts of little indicators that young people seem to be more settled in relationships nowadays. Underage pregnancies in the UK have gone down a lot. Quite a lot of young people are involved in purposeful activities and things like that. But the thing that does worry me is increasing numbers of children have stopped attending school. And this is really worrying because from my experience as a probation officer, children who don't attend school and not involved in purposeful activities very often do get involved in offending. And that really worries me. And I know the numbers of exclusions from schools have gone up in the area too, and children who've been excluded from school are very often at high risk of reoffending. Anyway, do write in and do let me know if you're experiencing this sort of antisocial behaviour in your area. But for me, I think it's outrageous, and the local school think they're wonderful, but I think they need to stamp on this and go in there to the supermarket when the children come out of school, because they really shouldn't behave like that. I mean, when I was a kid, we wouldn't have got away with behaving like that. Anyway, all the very best now, and thank you for looking in. Cheers now. Bye-bye.